akin para i-control yung sarili ko. Kasi, di ba, napakahirap i-control ng sarili natin, especially kung pagod tayo, maraming demands. Pero parang, every time mag-meditate ako, parang yung sense of control ko nadadagdagan. So, yun. So, though hindi perfect, alam ni Don yan, na hindi pa rin perfect this week, no? Pero yun, because of meditation, parang na-increase ko yung sense of control kahit pa paano. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you so much, no? Yes, Kat. Anything to share? Naka-mute ka, Kat. Or naka-raise yung hand. Okay. So, Sister Kat, do you want to share something? Ayaw ma-unmute. Ayaw ma-unmute. Naku, meron ba akong... Pwede ko ba itong i-mute? Sayang naman, hindi ko asked to unmute. I don't know how to unmute. Parang, pwede ba yun? Teka lang nga. Okay. So, while we are figuring out how to unmute, sino pang gusto mag-share ng inyong meditation experience? Yes, Sister Irie.
Sige, so, ginagawa ko yung meditation before, pero hindi ako ganun ka-consistent. So, ito parang naging challenge siya kasi daily siya. Tapos, like, may set na 10 minutes talaga. So, at first, medyo natatagalan ako. Pero, nakapag-focus naman ako like sa breathing, ganun, and yung pagiging, pagiging peaceful at calm. And then, gaya ng sabi ni Sister Ira kanina, yun din, parang, nagkaroon ako ng self-control, self-awareness. And throughout the day or the next day, napansin ko, like, mas, na-handle ko yung emotions ko ng mas maayos. Tapos mas patient ako sa kids or mas tolerant.
Okay, so parang nag-freeze na frozen si Sister Irie. Well,
so yun lang. It's so nice.
Yes. Napakaganda talaga ng meditation when it comes to, ayan, hello girlie, napaka-calm nung face mo sa pagpasok mo. Alam nyo, yung isa sa mga objective talaga ng mindful parenting is, kaya tayo tinitrain yung ating mind. Meditation is actually a training of the mind to know how to control our mind. Kasi our mind is very powerful eh. Our emotions is actually controlled by the mind of our brain, diba? So if you can control yung flow ng mga thoughts sa iyong mind, you can easily act or respond sa mga bagay nang iniisip mo muna bago ka na uunahan ng emotions mo. And also this week, we shared about taking time to really observe your child and really take time to get to know your child. Actually, alam nyo, nung ginawa ko din to share, to open up the idea, no, minsan na-realize ko yung anak ko pala, laging mami ng mami. Gustong-gusto niya yung attention ko pala, no. Sobrang attention talaga yung gusto nila. And the book actually talks about the importance of giving attention. No, if you want to say something, just raise your hand. Sabi dun sa book, meron daw dun isang carer. So lahat ng mommy, they bring their children to this center kasi busy mom, busy lifestyle. So they go, parang daycare center. So sa dami ng kids, ang gulo-gulo ng mga kids, pero itong kanilang carer, itong kanilang tagapag-alaga, pagkabibihisin niya yung mga bata, she make sure na she focus dito sa batang ito. Isa-isa lang. So that's why itong mga batang ito, although they know na lahat sila marami, but they know na kapag sila inalagaan ng carer, she will give focus and attention to them. And that's when the child really experience pala itong kanyang childhood. When you give attention to them, they are able to express themselves and they feel na they are really loved by this, the tagapag-alaga niya. And so, how about your experience taking time really listening to your child? Alam niyo yung pinakamalaking, I'm an expert mommy, no? So I'm just also learning with you. Natutunan ko na yung anak ko pala, kaya pala siya merong mga Kaya pala, meron siyang hindi mo marinig. So, yung palang anak ko, minsan kaya pala meron siyang bad attitude kasi hindi ko pinakikinggan yung mga needs niya. So, minsan sinasaktan niya ako, tapos na-realize ko. Narinig niyo ba ako? So, kaya pala niya ako sinaktan. Nung isang beses, sinaktan niya ako. So, why are you hurting me? Sabi kong ganun. Kasi pala, gusto pala niya maglaro kami. Kaya pala niya ako kinukurot. So, sometimes, because you're not mindful of what's really happening dun sa anak mo, baka ma-judge mo siya ng mali. So, how about your experience? This exercise na you listen to your child for 5 minutes and you observe your child. Sino gusto mag-share? Sige. Si girly ata parang gusto niya mag-share. Parang gumaganon ka eh. How was the experience, girl?
So,
Ay, pala.
yung una sana mag-share ako about meditation. No? Pwede pa ba?
O sige, go lang. Sharing ito.
So, for me kasi, parang I never experienced na magkaroon ng time sa sarili ko, especially breathing talaga. Doon ko na-appreciate yung importance of breathing. Parang nagkaroon ako ng me time for 10 minutes a day. Parang napakasarap siya sa feeling. At saka yung sinabi ni Sister Ira na yung nagkaka-self-control ka, yung parang emotions mo nga yun. And then yung sa pag-observe naman sa bata, sa anak ko, doon ko rin nalaman si Hazen, yung anak ko, sobrang clingy siya sa akin talaga. At sobrang yun, laging mami ng mami sa lahat ng galaw niya.
Yeah.
Pag hindi ko siya tiningnan, yung ulo ko mismo, i-move niya. Dapat para tingnan ko siya. Yun, dun ko na kailangan niya ng time. Siguro dahil busy ako sa baby. Yun nga. Parang nagkaroon ako ng guilt na busy ako sa baby. Na siya pala, hindi ko na siya napansin. Na kahit sa pagpapatulog, lagi ako sa baby siya. Parang hinahayaan ko na siya matulog mag-isa. Yun, nung binigyan ko siya ng attention, parang napaka-iba pala sa feeling, no, na, ay, anak ko rin pala ito. So, I'm thankful and grateful sa ganitong activity kasi parang napakaganda pala ng motherhood. Yan. Yan lang.
Wow. Yes, Sister Kat. Excited kami. Ma-mute. Pwede na kayo.
Yan, okay na. Hello, okay na?
Yes.
Sorry, nagka-technical problem, no? Yung gusto kong i-share is about dun sa una yung meditation kasi parang nabanggit na lahat, no? Yung mga na-experience ninyo. Yung dun naman sa focusing dun sa bata, mas na-appreciate ko yung individuality nila. Kasi I have 3 kids, age na nila is 7, 5, and 3. So, medyo magkakaiba ng stages yung pinagdadaanan nila and they have different stories to tell. So, yung 5 to 10 minutes na yon, that was enough na feeling nila sila lang yung, sa kanila ka lang nakafocus. And medyo malaking bagay din yun sa kanila. And napansin ko din na they are more willing to listen when we listen to them. So, yun po.
That is so true. Alam nyo, ito na nga ating meditation. Actually, ang ganda ng sinabi ni Sister Kat, no? But before I let the teacher, Miss Chaits, to come inside, I just want you to know, sister, na yung ating meditation time, we can instruct our children na, okay, kids, this is mommy me time. So that our children will understand that we also care for ourselves. Na meron din tayong time for ourselves. Natatandaan ko si Sepin, sabi ko sa kanya, okay, Sepin, from now on, I will introduce to you this mommy me time. It means you cannot disturb mommy for 10 to 15 minutes. So if this sign here said, don't disturb mommy, don't disturb me. So siguro pag laki niya, she will understand na she also needs to take care of herself. You know? So I invited this speaker about meditation. I'm going to admit her now. So Miss Chaits here. Hello, Miss Chaits. Yoga with Chaits. No, talagang yun ang logo niya. So she's actually a good friend of mine and she's been practicing meditation for over 15 plus years na rin. So I would like to introduce her, no? She will help us understand more about meditation. And at the same time, si Miss Chaits actually worked with sa rehab ng mga addicts. And meditation is one of their activities to really make them better. So, hello, Miss Chase. Yun, napakaganda naman, Miss Chase. Thank you so much. So, I'll now turn over the time to you. We are here, all mommies. Now, this week, we started our meditation journey every day for 10 to 15 minutes or 12 minutes, and the experience is really good. So, what can you say about meditation? Please move forward. Parang ganun, no? Please go.
Okay. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been having internet connection problems since this morning, so I want to know lang kung klaro lahat sa lahat yung boses ko. Anyways, good evening, mommies. I'm not a mommy yet, so but this is something. What I have been teaching is really for everyone. So, and meditation is not specifically for certain people. It's for everyone, regardless of who you are, what your status in life is, what your achievements in life is, and it's not really. There's no specific requirement na kailangan ganito na na-achieve mo or no, to be able to practice meditation. And it's Miss Nyla, meditation kasi it's a whole lot. It's a huge topic that given very little time, I've cut it into really tiny pieces. And you've mentioned din mindfulness. So, hindi ko alam talaga kung ano yung gusto mong i-discuss ko, mindfulness or meditation. But I can discuss two na lang para sapol natin yung dalawa. Yeah. Unang-una, today's, you said kasi you wanted me to talk about more about how being mindful in meditation, kung ano yung effect niya. Okay, so dalawang thing kasi yan, and they work hand in hand. Yung step for us to be able to practice real meditation. So ano ba yung effect ng mindfulness? Mindfulness, premeditative technique yan. Meron siyang dalawang effect. Meron siyang primary benefit and secondary benefit. Primary benefit of mindfulness in a yoga perspective, in a yoga meditation perspective, it lets us experience and have a knowledge na we are not this mind, and we are able to step back on the things that affects us, the things around us. It's like yung analogy is parang nakaupo ka sa river bank. Alam mo yung sapa, yung nagfo-flow siya, and you're just watching the flow of the river. Minsan bumpy yung river, minsan meron siyang kasamang basura. You know, sometimes naman super clear ng flow ng water. So ganun yung ginagawa ng mindfulness. You are the person sitting on the bank of the river, and you're watching all these thoughts in your mind, all these things that's happening in your mind, and you're able to see the differences. So pag ganito, pag nakikita mo yung differences ng yung flow ng river, yung iba-ibang flow ng river, you're able to manage how you deal with these things that's passing through your mind. Ikaw yung perceiver ng mind, you're watching what's happening in your mind. So kasama dyan yung emotions, di ba? Minsan you feel sad, you feel angry. So you're able to step back, take a pause, wait a minute, how am I going to deal with this? So ganun din siguro sa parenting, no? Sa motherhood. So ang daming challenges as a mom. I've seen that kasi I have a sister who has a baby now. Ang daming challenges sa kanya. So when you're practicing mindfulness meditation, you're able to step back, wait a minute, how am I gonna deal with this? Yun yung primary benefit niya. So yung secondary benefit it helps us experience relief from stress and anxiety. So pag naka-experience ka ng relief from your stress and your anxiety, you're able to step back. So it's easier to deal with these things kasi may clarity eh. Kasi nandun ka on top of these things that's happening around you. Okay, so whatever challenges you're faced with, nandun ka sa, you are the watcher. So it's easier to deal with all these things. And then when that happens, when you have a clarity of what's happening, what's all these things flowing in front of you, like sitting on a river, what's there in the water that's flowing in front of you, mas madali sa yung mag-deal yung problem. So kalmado ka, and then dun nagsa-start, pag kalmado ka na, you're free from anxiety, you're free from stress, dun nagsa-start yung meditation. Kuha ba? You hear me well? Dun pa lang nagsa-start yung meditation. So yung pag-watch ng flow ng river, pag-watch ng flow ng thoughts na sa mind natin and yung experiences natin sa mind, first step pa lang yun towards meditation. So yung real meditation is, ang effect ng real meditation sa atin, hold on. Sorry, I accidentally pressed on my camera. Yung benefit, real benefit ng meditation is your mind and your heart gets cleansed. It has a purifying effect. And in this way, hold on. Can you hear me? I can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yung top, sabi ni Miss Nyla, I'll say top 3 benefits. There's a lot of benefits of meditation, countless yung benefits. And it's so hard to shorten it, but I tried. I tried. You gain clarity, your mind and your heart gets cleansed. And then from here, we gain all good qualities for harmonious relationships, like your ability to let go of anger, overcoming bad habits na, will affect your relationship with other people. Tapos na-increase yung patience mo, nagkakaroon ka ng compassion, nagkakaroon ka ng inner strength and confidence. So pag merong ganito, harmonious yung relationship natin sa ibang tao eh. 'Di ba? And then third, I've tried to narrow it down. Nagkakaroon tayo ng deeper happiness. We become fulfilled inside, and we experience actual peace when that happens. Kuha niya. Okay, so ulitin natin. Mindfulness, premeditative technique siya. Meron siyang primary benefit. Primary benefit niya from a yoga perspective, that we are not our minds. We are able to control our minds. We can go on top. We can step back from whatever our minds throw us. And secondary is it helps us experience relief from stress and anxiety. Okay, and top 3 benefits ng meditation, aside from it's for your total well-being. Actually, there's a lot of countless benefits, but for this talk, I've narrowed it down. We gain clarity in our mind and in our heart, and from this, we gain all good qualities for harmonious relationship with other people, especially with your family, and we gain deeper inner happiness and peace, actual peace in our hearts when we're practicing meditation. So kanina na mention ni Miss Nyla, I work in a rehab facility in Iran. Mostly alcoholics and a lot of yung sa drug addiction, gambling, and stuff. Why do we practice meditation here? Because studies have shown kung gaano siya ka-beneficial for a recovering addict. Kasi when you're yung mga addicts kasi they're put in a situation na they become helpless kasi na-cover sila nung whatever vices they've engaged in. So now nawalan sila ng control sa mind nila. They went with the flow. Kasi 'di ba we're watching it. They went with the flow. And who knows saan sila of the river. Hindi mo alam ano yung dadatnan mo. It may be good, it may be bad. But usually you end up in a bad situation, especially for an addict. So what I do in the recovery, we practice meditation para tinutulungan ko sila to step away and watch, be on top of their mind and have a control of their mind. Hey, wait, di ba? Hindi maganda yan. This is what's good for me. This is what I need. Okay, I shouldn't just go with the flow. Kasi when you're going in that flow, kasi you're looking for happiness, di ba? And you go with that flow, you don't know where you're going to end. But when you're practicing meditation, andun ka sa riverbank, wait lang, malabo yung tubig ah. May debris sa tubig. I will not go with that flow. You're able to step back and deal with things with clarity. Kuha ba? O antok na kayo. Okay? And yeah, so kanina sabi ko at the beginning, you don't have to be somebody. Meditation is for everybody. It is for every whatever your status in life. You don't need to be somebody. You don't need to have a certain achievement to be able to practice meditation. Okay? Claro. And basic guidelines. It's such a huge topic para basic guidelines for meditation. Maybe just the tools for meditation. You have to, I'm here. If you want to practice meditation with me, you just reach out with Miss Nyla. Let's do it. Diba? You just need to have the tool for meditation. And you have to practice it regularly. Experience yung full benefit. Okay? Parang sa sports, diba? If you want to be good at something, if you want to get the medal, you have to regularly practice. You have to regularly exercise. You have to commit to your run every morning, swim every morning. You have to watch your diet. Sleep early para meron kang lakas towards that. So, ganun din yung meditation. You have to commit to it every day. And it's, I was so happy when Miss Nyla told me na, you guys are trying to practice meditation for 10 minutes a day. Yes, 10 minutes is enough. It doesn't have to be a full 1 hour meditation. Okay. And what else do I need to discuss? Yeah. And preferably find a space there in your homes. You're free from the kids, even it's just a tiny spot there in your room. Or maybe pinakamaganda kasi if you guys are morning persons, I wake up early, like 4:45 every day. I try to catch the sun. Kasi when everyone's still asleep and quiet ang paligid it's the best time to meditate. And at night before you go to bed, pagtulog na yung mga kids. Diba? You have a time there for yourself. And really, you can go inwards, find a quiet moment in a quiet space alone para ma-reap mo lahat yung benefits. Kasi beginners pa lang tayo sa practice Hindi, mahirap pag merong mga distractions. And then, try to commit to it regularly. Kahit 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes every day, you will feel yung tremendous benefits, a lot of benefits from it. And then, mas madali sa'yo i-handle yung mga stresses ng motherhood if you're stressed. Okay? Ano na siya? Gawin mo siyang self-care. Okay? And, ano pa ba yung tools? Yeah. And of course, find a good meditation teacher, someone who has experienced, tried and tested the process. Okay, someone who also committed to the practice on a regular basis. Okay, and is it time for me? I tend to talk a lot.
Pero do you sisters have, mga mommies, may question ba kayo?
Yeah, if you have. Sige.
So far, wala silang mga questions, but ang ganda ng sinabi ni Miss Chase, yung nandun ka sa bank, no, na you are not your mind, meaning to say, you can control your mind. Hindi pwedeng yung mind natin yung nagsasabi na, okay, tapos we don't go with the flow of our emotions. Kasi kapag yung ating emotions nagpadala tayo, mahirap talaga. No, kailangan lagi.
Yeah, lalo na yung Miss Nyla, specifically one of the biggest na mahirap angry for. Tapos pag after teka lang, ba't ako nagalit doon, di ba? So, isang challenge yun yung i-manage natin yung anger natin, especially siguro pag may mga bata na, di ba? So at least when you're doing your meditation, meron kang nagiging strong ka. You have that ability to step back, you press the pause button, and then wait lang. I shouldn't go with that flow. This is how I should. You gain clarity of how you can manage things better. And then, yun nga, you will have excellent choices. And excellent choices lead to excellent outcomes.
Yes.
Na-curious lang po ako, lang po yung yoga weight loss. Nakaka-curious. Yeah. Yoga weight loss. Yes, yes, there kasi iba-iba yung theme, especially yung certification ko. I'm able to design classes and for different levels, for different outcomes. Yeah, madami yung for weight loss. Yes, it does. But kasi it's a low impact exercise, it goes hand in hand with your diet. You have to be watchful with what you eat and your sleeping routine. So yeah, but if you want to lose weight, of course, it can help.
Well, anyways, if you want to learn more about meditation, you can always contact Miss Chase and you can add her sa Facebook if you have more, you want intimate guide how to do meditation. Siguro yun talaga yung pinakamaganda yung talagang yung pag nagtuto ka mag-meditate, ako yung pinaka naging benefit sa akin yung kasi ang hilig ko mag-multitask, kahit nasa utak ko, ang dami kong multitasking. Pero dahil dito sa meditation na ito, natuto ako na, kunyari, andito ako sa bagay na to, ito lang talagang nasa utak ko. And because of that, I can finish my task faster. And then I can finish my things really better kasi nandun yung buong focus mo. Especially for working moms. Minsan yung utak mo kasi laging nasa office ka, pero lumilipad, nasa bahay. So, pag may sinasabi yung mga kausap mo, ano, lalong mahaba yung meeting. Pero because of meditation, natutunan ko talaga na, okay, I need to be in the moment. Kahit na anong mangyari, I cannot. And the more you focus on things, sabi nga, when you focus on something, that something will grow. And so if you focus on doing the right things or making really happy relationship with your family, it will really be happy. But yeah, so I don't wanna hold Miss Chase. So our next speaker is actually here. And so Miss Chase, we really want to talk to her about yoga. She actually does online yoga classes, di ba? You can contact her, and she's really my favorite yoga teacher. And thank you so much.
Thank you
For being here with us. And
yeah, I hope you guys can attend my class. Or maybe Miss Nyla, you can organize
maybe we can do yoga session together, no? Yeah.
Session. Like, we can do, we can. And online muna, siguro, para safe for your babies as well.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Chase. And this boy is very clingy. That is why napakahalaga to take good care of ourselves. Nawala na si Miss Chase. Yun pala.
Hindi pa. Okay. Sige, thank you guys.
Okay,
good night. I have to exit the meeting room.
Yes,
nice
moms. Thank you so much. Yan, alam niyo, napakaganda ng sinabi ni Miss Chase. I hope na na-enlighten kayo dun sa yoga. And that is why, actually, nakita nyo naman, yoga, I mean, ayan, tinan nyo, nag-isip na yung utak ko ng kakaiba, nag-multitasking. But anyways, this next speaker of us is a very, very great woman. Isa sa mga talagang tinitingala namin sa BYU. And tonight kasi, ang ating next topic, diba, dito sa ating next chapter is about being your own parent. Because as mommies, we are so busy, minsan we tend to forget ourselves, diba? Sabi dun sa chapter 2 na ito, diba sa airplane, bago natin laging sinasabi, bago po ninyo ayusin ng oxygen ng anak nyo in times of ng pagsubok, unahin mo na ang inyong sarili bago ayusin yung sa mask ng anak mo, diba, yung sa airplane. And so ngayon, we're going to talk about self-compassion. Paano ba tayo mag-care sa ating sarili, and why is it important to take good care of ourselves, no? So I want to give the time to, thank you so much. Alam niyo, sa Amerika pa siya, ha? In fairness, gumising siya ng maaga. 4 a.m. ata doon ngayon just to be here with us tonight. So, Ate Apple.
Hello, guys. 5:30 dito. So this is my beautiful morning self sans makeup. I see some familiar names. Anyway, so good morning or good evening sa inyong lahat, mga mommies. Ako, dog mom ako. So, yan. So, mommy, dog parent. I'm a dog parent. Yung tinatalakay kanina ni Chaits, ba yung pangalan niya? Meditation. At the heart of meditation is mindfulness. So, isa yan actually to cultivate self-compassion is mindfulness. So, not to plagiarize myself, kasi sinulat ko na yung mga ibang sasabihin ko sa blog ko, tsaka dun sa mga, na-share ko na siya sa mga social media platforms. So anyway, so I'm referencing that para hindi ma-self-plagiarize. Mindfulness, it's our way to be in tune to ourselves. So we're attuned to ourselves. When we are attuned to ourselves, we actually are more geared up to seeing, feeling what are the things that needs to be tuned up. Whether that be mga emotions natin, ano yung mga kailangan nating i-tune up. So mindfulness is really a key to self-compassion. Bakit mindfulness is a key to self-compassion? Kasi if you're not attuned to yourself right here, right now, hindi natin malalove ang sarili natin. We're not going to identify ano yung mga bagay na ginagawa natin sa sarili natin that actually are not kind, are not loving. So, keep that in mind. Mindfulness. So, meditation, a lot of times people interchange yung words na yun, yung mindfulness and meditation. They're actually two different things. Meditation is just a part or a technique to become mindful. And in fact, today I'm gonna practice that with you, ladies. Some mindfulness meditation that we're gonna do, some loving kindness meditation, or it's called metta meditation. When we are mindful, we are in the present, right? In the here and now. Nakikita natin ano ba yung mga nararamdaman ko ngayon. Bakit ako medyo naiinis? Saan ba ito nanggagaling? Ganun. Bakit parang judgmental yata ako sa sarili ko today? Saan ito nanggagaling? Ganun. So being really mindful, being in tune with your present moment. It's key. In fact, there's been a lot of research. So I'm a counselor, I'm a therapist by profession, in case you are wondering. So I practice these with my clients, doing meditation, lalo na kung medyo nagagalit sila, medyo feeling nila the world is gonna crash down on them. This is very, very critical when you are, for those of you who might have anxiety, or those of you who might have depression. Some individuals, like Nyla mentioned earlier, most of us, especially as moms, we get to get caught up sometimes with a lot of the things that we multitask. Ang brain natin, parang yung computer, ang dami-daming kiniklik, ang dami-daming windows na naka-open, ang dami-daming bars. Sa taskbar natin, yung taskbar ng computer, sobrang daming mga nakalagay na, naka-pin na favorites. Na we just multitask, and all of things are going on at the same time. And do you notice if that happens, sometimes the computer crashes. Bigla na lang, zap, nawala na lahat. So lahat ng pinaghirapan mo, kung ano man yung ginagawa mo, you're gonna have to restart again. So just as the computer needs rebooting, it needs to restart, we do as well. And we do that when we are mindful. When we are mindful with the present, with the here and now, we reboot, we recharge. So yung brain mo, medyo you rest it so that, okay, it can be geared up to its fullest potential again. So it's very critical. Self-compassion is actually, there's a lot of research that has been done as self-compassion. One scientist, her name is Kristin Neff, siya ang parang nag-pioneer nito ng self-compassion. So she's pioneered the research on self-compassion and how self-compassion can actually benefit individuals mentally, emotionally, physically, and all sorts of really aspects of their life. And at the heart of her research in self-compassion, or how to practice or cultivate self-compassion, is self-kindness. Being kind to ourselves versus being judgmental. So, halimbawa, just today, the whole day today, I want you to just maybe take a few seconds from the morning that you woke up to right now. How many times have you maybe automatically thought negatively about yourself? The way you looked when you looked yourself in the mirror, the way you feel about your bill, the way you feel about your pores, like me, I have like pores. The way you talk to yourself when maybe you lost your temper with your child, the way that you maybe chastised yourself when you didn't read your scripture, if it's everybody here LDS, or I don't know, or the way you self-talk yourself when you forgot something that you should have done. The way that you actually use those words, the shoulds, I should have done this, I could have done this, I could have been this. How many times have you done that from the moment you woke up today to this moment? So just take a quick minute. You don't have to say something, but just kind of smile a little if you're like, I did that today. I did that many times. Are we all guilty? Yes. And guess what? That's okay. See, when we felt that guilt, like right now, how many felt that just now? And like, okay. We are the most critical of all the critics in the world on ourselves. So sometimes it's so automatic that we criticize ourselves every single moment. May nagawang something yung anak mo, ano ka ba? And then you, I'm such a bad mom. Or meron kang hindi nagawang deadline or something, napaka, ano ka naman, hindi ako organized, hindi ako ganito, yan. Maraming mga, ano ba yung ginagawa ko? Yan, napaka, scatterbrain, ano mga sinasabi natin sa sarili natin. So I'm going to circle back to the mindfulness. When we are mindful, when we are in the moment, we notice those things. We notice, okay, our self-talk, like, okay, this is what I'm telling myself. And you practice a non-judgmental stance on yourself. So picture yourself talking to one of the persons that you love the most. Let me backtrack. Picture yourself looking at the person that you love the most. Their eyes, the way they look at you, the way they make you feel when they're right there in your presence. It could be your child, it could be your pet, could be your grandma, just someone that when you're with that person, there's just love that you feel. So if you can feel all that love from that person, then all of a sudden you start saying, gee, your eyes are so chinky today. Like, ugh, your pores are just huge. I don't really like the way that you're dressed. Maybe, tuck in your bilbil a little bit more. Or picture yourself talking to that person that way. Like, why couldn't you be a little bit more organized? Bakit hindi ka masyadong, maging organized man lang? Nag-anak-anak ka, tapos ayan tuloy, ang nangyayari sa iyo ngayon, disorganized ang buhay mo. Picture yourself saying that to that person, would you? Sa person na yun na mahal ka, na ang nararamdaman mo lang when you are with that person is just love and kindness. Would you do that to that person? Most probably not. Now, I'd like you to replace that person with your face in front of you. Like you're facing yourself. So the non-judgmental stance is to love yourself the way that you would anyone that just gives you love and kindness. So if that person that gives you that love and kindness, you would not say those kinds of words, or you will not talk that way to that person. You practice the same thing with yourself. The way that you talk to yourself, is it kind? The way that you refer to yourself in your conversations, is it loving? Or is it demeaning? So self-kindness versus the self-judgment. So self-kindness, it's the non-judgmental approach to yourself. Now, we're not saying with loving kindness or self-compassion that, you're not going to hold yourself accountable for things that you may have done wrong here and there. Of course you hold yourself accountable, but there is no benefit to just beating yourself up. Accept yourself wholeheartedly from head to toe, from the dandruffs that you get in the morning to your toenails physically. So accept your whole self, who you are physically, lahat yan, mga bilbil mo, lahat ng mga you feel imperfections that you have physically, or flaws that you perceive. Note, I say perceive, because that's just maybe things that we perceive, not necessarily who we are. So the flaws that you may perceive about yourself, that you're a disorganized mom, scatterbrained mom, so and so and so, etc., etc. Okay, accept that. Accept it all. Embrace yourself lovingly and non-judgmental way. So remember those, right? Self-kindness and versus the self-judgment. And then I mentioned earlier the mindfulness. At the heart of really all of this of self-compassion is that also mindfulness, being mindful with yourself. When we are mindful, we are in tune with our emotions, with our feelings. Hence, the more that we are in tune with others' emotions, the more that we can connect with other people, because we ourselves understand ourselves. We understand our emotions. So if you understand where your anger is coming from, where that resentment is coming from, where, you know, maybe those feelings that makes you feel discomfort. Notice I don't say negative emotions, because there's no negative emotions. There's just emotions. There's no negative emotion. There's no positive emotions. Those are all just emotions. All these emotions do gives us warning, gives us sort of like a, hey, something is up. That's why you're feeling this way. You might be feeling a bit sad or a bit irritated. You know what? Maybe your body's telling you, you're so tired. Kailangan ng pampering. Maybe you need to rest. You need sleep. That's why you're irritated. You're moody. So the emotions that we feel, it's telling us something. Okay, so they're not negative. They're not positive or negative. They're just they're emotions. It's telling us something. It's signaling us something. And you feel those emotions. And if and when you are more in tune with those emotions, the more that you then understand other people. So kung mahal mo ang sarili mo, the more that you are capable of loving other people. Hence, what Nyla shared about I like that analogy, the oxygen thing. Then you can be more in tune to helping other people. Notice that with self-compassion, so what happens is if this is, wala akong board. This is you. Diyan maraming, yung mga, just picture in your mind, I don't know, I don't have like share my screen, but just picture you. So this is you, and maraming mga ano dyan, mga what do you call this, networks, right? Na mga umaasa sa'yo. Your husband, your children, you're in your profession, whatever your profession is. If you're a teacher, di mas lalong marami pa, di ba? Your boss, the customers, if you have a business, so many na umaasa sa'yo, right? Now, if you fall apart, all of those other things are going to fall apart too. All of those, rather, the networks, they're going to fall apart too. But if you're right here, you're strong, then they are also strengthened. And when I say strong, I'm not talking about raw, but more emotionally resilient. You can regulate your emotions, that you can have this equilibrium. You don't get dysregulated. You're like balanced with your emotion. Strong, or rather emotionally resilient, doesn't mean you don't get depressed. It doesn't mean you don't get anxious. It doesn't mean you don't fear. You don't get scared. Because all of those are emotions. Some of those just emotions make us feel discomfort. The trick is to be comfortable with the discomfort, to sit with discomfort. Okay, that's the trick. That it's okay. So, for example, my bill. I'm fixated with the bill today. So itong bill. Oh, and then you just sit there. That's okay. You sit with that discomfort. That I'm feeling a little with my bill today. That's okay. You don't have to add additional negative thoughts there. You don't have to, what do you call this, add judgment. Ayan kasi, kain ka kasi ng kain, wala kang preno sa bibig mo. Ayan kasi, ano ka? Huh? You can just accept all the beautiful bill that you have. And celebrate your beautiful self. If it makes you feel discomfort, again, the trick is to sit with that discomfort. How do we do that? Mindfulness. Then we look back to, why am I feeling this way? Bakit ba parang fixated ako sa bill ko today? Ganon. Okay, so just, again, being mindful, being with yourself. Let's try this simple mindfulness technique today. It's a meditation practice, like I shared earlier. It's metta meditation. I don't know if I want everybody, is everybody okay to be able to join? Meaning that I don't want you to feel like, yeah. So if you're comfortable, is everybody comfortable? I don't see some of you guys' faces. I don't know, maybe raise your hand if you feel comfortable. When I meant raise hand is like, yeah, I mean, there's the the raise hand button, I think, there that you can raise. So find yourself just a comfortable spot where you are. If you're sitting comfortably, just sit comfortably. Sit comfortably, maybe like in a just a dignified, relaxed shoulders. It's not in a way that you're gonna fall asleep. Just comfortably. You can close your eyes if you want. And as you do that, I want you to feel your breathing. Just feel your breath in and out. Now, as you notice, your mind might say, this is silly. I'm kind of self-conscious. That's okay. No need to judge yourself. Continue with your breathing and just feel your heartbeat. Is it fast? Slow? So? Okay lang. Again, at this point, if you feel like any thoughts coming to your mind, that's okay. Just watch those thoughts and let them go. Now, I want you to picture all the love that you can feel from someone. This can be someone who might have passed on already, someone still in your life, someone that you admire. It could be someone that all you feel whenever you're with this someone is love. If you can't find anyone, you can think of a pet. Maybe it's a pet, or maybe it's a place. It could be a beautiful beach. Can you feel the sound of the waves? And continue with your breathing. It could be the mountains. And as you do that, I want you to notice your facial muscles. Relax your facial muscles. If you're straining your eyes, just relax your facial muscles. And relax your fists. If you feel like it's curled in a fist, your hands are curled in fists, relax it. And feel that neck muscle just relaxing. And as you do that, imagine all the love that you feel, all the kindness that emanates from this person or from this place that you have in your mind. All that love. Can you feel it? All you feel is love, kindness, acceptance. Nothing else, just love, kindness, acceptance. Continue your breathing. Inhale through your nose and fill your stomach, your lungs with air, so you'll feel your stomach rising. And as you exhale, you feel it deflates. Now, I want you to say these words to yourself. All that love that you're feeling from this person or from this place, I want you to direct it to yourself. Direct all that love to you. You can even say your name in your mind. Direct all that love to you. And now say these words. May I be kind. You do that as you inhale and exhale. May I be peaceful. May I be loving. May I find comfort. May I be forgiving. Again, repeat those words to yourself. May I be kind. May I be peaceful. May I be loving. May I find comfort. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So let's continue to bask in that love. This is it's just a simple mindfulness that you could do, mindfulness meditation, mindfulness technique that you could do. So practice this. This is what we call this loving kindness meditation. You can do this as well when you might feel emotionally dysregulated and you feel like, medyo na may kinaiinisan kayo. Picture that person in your mind. And then, put, what's hindi ko maano sa Tagalog, ano mo sa kanila, yung energy. Okay, that, may you be peaceful. Habang ano kayo, like you're decompressing, may you be kind. You shower them, or not shower, but you project, those positive energy to those people that you might feel you might have difficulty maybe loving that day. So loving yourself is not selfishness, okay? It's not indulgence, indulging yourself. It's accepting yourself, accepting who you are, your whole self, all your perceived imperfections and flaws, both physically, emotionally, mentally, all of those, accepting that. And then emotions, being mindful of your emotions. So when you're having these emotions, remember that again, what are they? They're just emotions. It's not negative, it's not positive. They're emotions. They're telling you something. And as you understand your emotions, you will understand others better. As you practice loving kindness, loving yourself wholeheartedly, and accepting yourself wholeheartedly without judgment, you are going to be more loving to others, more compassionate towards others, and less judgmental. Those people, yung mga kontrabida sa TV, di ba, ang bitter. Because they don't love themselves. Wala silang self-compassion. Kaya bitter sila. Kasi they couldn't love who they are. They've got a lot of angst. They've got a lot of unresolved anger, in their heart. Kaya they project it. Yun ang kanilang defense mechanism. They project it, or they displace their anger sa bida. So yung bida ang kawawa. So in your life, you practice that. You practice loving kindness, and you will be more kind. You will be more understanding of other people. So your self-talk, yung mga ina-avoid natin, yung mga should, could, would have, could have been, I must be, I should be, ganyan. Yung mga perfectionism complex, mga perfectionism syndrome natin minsan. I gotta be the best mom. I gotta be this mom to my children. Not necessarily. You don't have to be the best mom. You can be the best that you can be. Okay. Every kid will say their mom is the best anyway. So everybody's the best mom. So you be the best that you can be, what you're capable of doing now. You don't have to beat yourself up for what you haven't done yet. You don't have to judge yourself for the things that you have not accomplished yet. Celebrate your little victories. No matter how little or tiny they may seem to you, those are still victories. So for example, this whole week, and I shared this in my Instagram just earlier, well, yesterday pala, Saturday morning ngayon, so yesterday, Friday, that some of you might have had a not so good week. Maybe things are just not, not going the right way, how you planned it and things like that. It might not have been the perfect week for us, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, we gear up for the next week. So this week, you care for yourself, intentional self-care. That's one of the things that you can do to love yourself, to care for yourself intentionally. Self-care, it's being thrown around haphazardly now, like, oh, self-care. I'm going to go binge watch Netflix or YouTube. I'm self-caring. Well, not really. That's not self-care. So self-care, take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Connect with people. Do things that you love to do. I love Korean movies, or I watch Korean series. Sure, that's good. Do that. It's not, like I said, it's not indulging, and it's not self-defeating, or it's not like self-sabotaging or self-destructive. When, say, you're doing it impulsively, or you're doing it at the expense of other productive means to do for yourself, then it's not self-care. Love yourself for what you are capable to do or doing right now. You focus on the here and now, right? Loving kindness, mindfulness, and less self-judgment. Watch for your self-talk. Yung thought process niyo, self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself kindly? When you are in a state or moments when you are being self-critical, it's I know Nyla said we can extend till 9:15, but I'll be done here in a minute. That when you're talking to yourself negatively, mga negative self-talk, catch those and maybe reframe them or rephrase them or reconstruct those thoughts. And as you do, you are actually developing your brain into a better brain. That's what we call brain neuroplasticity. The brain is still it's malleable. A lot of old school psychiatrists, maybe psychologists before, they thought the research was that, when we grow, pag na-reach natin yung adulthood, okay, our brain cell starts to die down. Well, true in some sense. However, not necessarily. There's a lot of things that we can actually teach our brain, and then it molds, the brain molds. Did you know that a person who is depressed or anxious, that can be changed here? Yung physiological makeup ng brain, that's brain neuroplasticity. It can be changed. So when you're practicing loving kindness, when you're practicing self-compassion, you're changing your brain neuroplasticity. It changes it into a brain that's kind, loving, and less judgmental of yourself. So we start also that by changing our self-talk, the way that we talk to ourselves. So notice how you talk to yourself. When you notice yourself saying negative things, you change that. and and just accept again the here and now. Anyway, that's that. Follow me on YouTube. There's my shameless plug-in. But Seeds in an Apple, there's my shameless plug-in. Thank you, Nyla. Thank you all, ladies.
Thank you so much, psychologist, therapist, Miss Apple, Jane Landman. Thank you so much for your wonderful message. Anyways, mommies, thank you so much for your time. I know you want to share a lot of your learnings, experiences in this session, but we will reserve those and we will meet next Saturday again. But this time, we don't have a speaker and it's gonna be a sharing time of our meditation journey and self-compassion. No, I want you to understand, I want to end this meeting by sharing with you na, alam niyo, yung natutunan ko lately is, kasi yung anak ko nagsimula na siya mag homeschooling. So, na-realize ko, marami akong parang yung perfection, kunyari kailangan bago siya mag-start, naligo na siya, yung marami akong definition of a perfect day. Kaso nga lang, pag hindi siya nakaligo, pag hindi maayos yung bahay bago siya mag-aral, I feel like it's already a bad day. Parang pangit itong araw to, parang hindi pa siya naliligo, tanghali pa siya gumising. I realize now, every day when we wake up, we have to stop this judgmental or yung ating mga pre-judgments ng ano yung perfect day, ano yung magandang araw, kailangan ba ito yung mangyari? Kailangan mangyari ito para perfect day ito. So we have to change our fresh view lagi every day. Every day is a new day and every day can be a beautiful day. Hindi kailangan laging yung format na nasa utak natin. Diba? Kunyari, ito yung format. Dapat kailangan ganito yung mangyari para maging maganda tong araw na to. O kaya, dapat itong session na to, hindi mag-lose same. But I realized that in life, we have to always change that judgments na meron tayo sa ating mind and to start always every day with a new mindset, a new hope, and gating isipin na fix lang ang mangyayari. Lahat dapat ganito lagi, ganito lagi. No, we have to learn how to flow, how to accept yung current na nangyayari, hindi yung gusto mong baguhin. Kunyari, lumabas kayo ng bahay, tapos biglang umulan, it's still a good day. You can play in the rain, di ba? Hindi kailangan sunny day. So I want to just share with you this very good parts of the book lang, na mabilis lang. 4 lang naman sila. Sabi dito ewan ko kung paano basahin to si Thich Nhat Hanh says anyways. Sabi niya dito, we all have the seeds of love and compassion in us, but also the seeds of hatred and anger. The more we water the seeds of love and compassion, the more love and compassion we create for ourselves and others. I know na deep inside every one of us, there's violence inside us, meaning to say may kaguluhan na nangyayari in and outside our surroundings, but we can always do one thing each day to take good care of ourselves, to love us, and to be compassionate. Sabi nga, caring for ourselves starts with being aware of what's going on inside us, of how we are. Diba? So, good night, sisters, and I'll see you again next Saturday with our little sharing. Please know yung ating mga gustong sabihin, i-journal natin ito, and I'm excited to hear from everyone. Everyone will be given a chance to share. And to you, Ate April, Apple, thank you so much and good morning! And please follow her on YouTube for more amazing talks. Okay? Apple Seed pala yung kanyang page. Apple Seed ba?
Seeds in an Apple.
Seeds in an Apple. Oh,
yeah. Di ba?
Okay, sisters, good night and see you next week. Ayan, seedsinanapple.net.
Thank you, April.
And keep meditating. I will post our homework sa ating group chat. Okay? Bye!
Thank you po. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.